Well, it's another day and another ball game here at Citizens Bank Park, and another chance to stop this losing streak with that guy on the mound. Number 27, Aaron Nola, will make the start today. We call it Nola Day here at Citizens Bank Park every time he pitches. And some of the folks who will sit in section 108 and 109, get their beads, get their T-shirts, and get ready to cheer the Phils and the Nationals. NBC Sports Philadelphia presents the final game of this three-game series. Well, it's dire right now for the Phils because they're 6.5 games back of the Atlanta Braves. The Nationals are only 8 games back, which means they're closing on the Phillies. The Phillies only 4 over 500. They were 15 over 500 at one point in the season. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy along with Ben Davis. So we're always excited when we get a chance to talk about Aaron Nola, the perennial Cy Young Award candidate for the Phillies. And he's been so good for the Phils. Last time out, he allowed 3 runs. He is allowing some home runs, but they're all solo shots. And he gets a chance again tonight against the Nationals.
Absolutely right, and at home. He has been so good at Citizens Bank Park this season, 9-1 with a 2.21 ERA. And this lineup is a pretty darn good one, T-Mac. And with the way that Aaron Nola has been able to attack them, just keep them guessing the entire time. We've seen guys take fastballs seemingly down the middle for strike 3. They're looking for other pitches. Aaron Nola has the ability to basically outthink the hitters, and what he's done at the Nats this season is nothing less than spectacular.
I think just looking at the footage right here, you can see what we're talking about throughout the course of the year for Aaron is just the amount of movement. Even if they know what's coming, all of a sudden the ball juts away from the middle part of the bat. So in 4 starts against the Nationals, he's 3-0 with an ERA of 1.26. And man, do the Phillies need a victory tonight from their ace to stop this losing streak. And we know about Bryce Harper. We know about Anthony Rendon. We continue to learn more about Juan Soto for the Washington Nationals.
What were you doing when you were 19 years old, T-Mac? This kid is special, and you call him a kid because he is just 19. 2 home runs last night, 3 in the series thus far. He's getting good pitches to hit right now. He's not missing. I mean, he is going to be a key cog in this machine for years to come. Obviously, just 19 years old. Boy, does he have a bright future.
All right, so it's been since 1908 that a teenager has had 3 multi-home run games in a season. Since 1908. And he has the most home runs by a teenager since Bryce Harper did it in 2012, and he joins the list of Tony Conigliaro and also Mel Ott from back in 1926 to the 1928 season. All right, so it is the final game. The Phils looking to salvage this victory and stop their losing streak. And it's a good pitching matchup because Steven Strasburg's on the other end for the Nationals, set to make his 19th start of the season. We'll get to lineups and first pitch when we return. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. By Toyota, tested, trusted Toyota. Let's go places. By Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. By Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. And by Independence Blue Cross, live fearless. Learn more at ibx.com. here as the Phils of the Nationals wrap up this 3-game series. See the cloud cover up top. You can see it's breaking up a little bit behind the stadium. That's the hope for the rest of the night. The tarp was on the field for most of the afternoon. But you see the ominous clouds out beyond center field. And then it gets to look like that, which is pretty sharp. Aaron Nola is leading the Phils out to the field as he's getting set to make another start going after his 17th victory of the year. The Phillies begin play tonight. We showed you the standings right off the top, but the Braves have actually won their game against the Giants. So now it's 7 games for the Phils and 8.5 for the Washington Nationals. Let's look at the Nats lineup brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. Well, we talked about it. Juan Soto is the guy that you have to deal with. And Soto, first teenager ever with 3 multi-home run games in a season. I had mentioned that it was since 1908. That's as far back as they go with gauging it. So that's why the term since 1908 is thrown out there. But it's pretty much the same lineup we've seen in the first 2 games of this series. And they will face Aaron Nola. Nola comes in 16-4. An earned run average of 2.29. And so far against the Nationals for his career, he's 4-4, but even better this year. In fact, it's been some of the more entertaining games watching him against the Nationals.
And we've come to expect it out of number 27 every 5th day. Average velocity at 92. He can bump it up to 95, even 96. Very good here at CBP in 2018.
So he's finishing up his warm-up tosses as we speak, and he'll face Adam Eaton, Trey Turner, and Bryce Harper. Now the Phillies just trying to end this losing streak. That's first and foremost, is end the 4-game losing streak. I don't even know if you can even think about the Atlanta Braves at this point. You just got to take care of yourself.
Exactly.
Because they're 7 games back, and they have 7 to play against the Braves, but as we all know, they've dug themselves a pretty big hole. Well, some injury reports to update on. Phillies were a little banged up coming into today's ball game, as we saw yesterday with Maikel Franco. And for more on that, let's go to Greg Murphy.
All right, thanks, Tom. Well, yeah, kind of a scary scene last night when Maikel Franco went tumbling feet overhead over the camera well wall over there, and then onto that metal platform, and then onto the cement. And, at first it looked like it could have been very serious. Thankfully, it was not. He left the field on his own power. Gabe Kapler telling reporters today that he's not available tonight. He has a stiff neck and a sore shoulder, but they hope with a day off tomorrow that maybe by the weekend, Maikel Franco will be ready to play. Better news, Roman Quinn is on the bench and is available tonight. He can play. He's not getting the start tonight, but he is feeling much better, so he is available tonight. So another option for Gabe Kapler in a certain situation to use a guy like Roman Quinn.
All right, Murph, we appreciate that. So here we go. Adam Eaton digs in, and the first pitch of the night from Aaron Nola is bounced over to third, gloved by Cabrera. 1 pitch, 1 away here in the first inning.
And 1 bat broken.
If you didn't see it, this is what happened with Franco last night. We thought he had a chance to catch this ball, and then there he goes.
The ball just kept slicing away from Maikel. He is very fortunate. Luckily, he was able to hold on with that right hand, although that caused the shoulder aggravation.
Here's Trey Turner, who takes strike 1. Hunter Wendelstedt is behind home plate. Wendelstedt behind home plate. John Lipka is at first. Bruce Dreckman is at second. And Mike Estabrook is around at third. Line drive back toward the middle. A base hit for Trey Turner. That was a 2-seam fastball. So runner aboard here in the first, and now Bryce Harper is coming up.
That'll wake you up.
Sure will. We've talked about how Harper and Nola have had sort of an on-again, off-again relationship as far as success goes. For Harper, it was a very successful start to his numbers against Nola, but Nola's won the battle recently. He's still hitting .300 with 2 home runs, but most of that damage was done the first few years the 2 guys were facing each other.
That's really before that Aaron Nola had a good grasp of the changeup.
I think the 2-seamer too, Ben. I think that's helped him as well against all lefties. Trey Turner gets his lead. He is a threat to run. Nola 36% of the time is throwing a four-seamer. So that means that 50% of the time he's throwing a form of a fastball. Another throw over.
Aaron does have some quick feet.
That's in there for strike 0-1. He started him off with a curveball.
You know Aaron's digging this weather. The humidity.
He did say it's a little different than back home, though. Another throw over. No balls and one strike to Harper. Harper overall hitting .249 with 32 homers. And a fastball runs in 1-1. There's Maikel Franco. Not available tonight. Hopefully available Friday, but it'll all be dependent on just how the bruising feels. That one's hit well out towards center field. Odubel's on the run, and it is gone. Into the Phillies bullpen, and the Nationals take a 2-0 lead. So we talked about the home runs Nola has surrendered recently. He's allowed 5, or had allowed 5 in the previous 2 games, but you know they were solo shots for the most part. This one a 2-run shot. And that is 33 home runs, 94 runs batted in for Harper.
That ball's hammered. It's a changeup. Really good swing there by Bryce Harper, the Phillies bullpen.
I liked how they didn't really even move out in the bullpen.
A lot of hands is shaking that dugout.
Well, it's all around baseball. Phillies have 39. I think I counted yesterday the Nationals have 34 or 35. They have a good amount. Breaking ball, and it's 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Rendon in the series is 1 for 6 with 3 walks. That's the thing. In a lot of ways, the Phillies have held in check some of the bigger weapons for the Nationals, including Harper. Up until that point was 1 for 7 with 4 strikeouts. Curveball hit in the air to left center field. Hoskins is out there into the alley, and it's going to be off the base of the wall. Played well by Odubel, and Rendon is aboard with a double with 1 out.
His last 3 hits been pretty much peppered here off Aaron Nola. Just 10 pitches in.
And he got the first down on one pitch. Well, here is Juan Soto. Soto 5 for 8 so far in the series with a couple of home runs. He is just 1 for 9 against Aaron. Foul tip, and it's 0-1.
I guarantee he was looking first pitch curveball there, because that's how he started off Bryce Harper. The way he started off Harper like that, he sit on a curveball, he just wasn't able to get it.
Another curve, and it's low, 1-1. One ball, one strike. Noel allowed 3 home runs against the Cubs and 2 in his last start against the Mets. 3 runs overall against the Mets in 7 innings. Fastball. Guess it was low. 2-1. Out toward left center field. This one playable. I don't know how Odubel even sees it, to be honest with you. Reese didn't see it, so Odubel had to make the catch. You know why Odubel saw it? It was because he had the angle off center.
It's a tricky time of night.
Well, last night Juan Soto provided us with the giant home run replay. Not that you want to see it again, but he had 2 home runs.
That one 415, this one 405.
That was the game winner right there.
Yep.
Phillies lost in extra innings. Ryan Zimmerman 1 for 5 with an RBI so far in this series. He's got a runner at second. 2-0 Nationals. Breaking ball down and away. Four-seam fastball was at 91 miles an hour. Curveball hit back toward the middle, a base hit. Rendon is being waved home. Odubel gets to it. His throw, though, is soft, and it's cut off by Santana. I don't think he would have had him anyway. It's an RBI single for Ryan Zimmerman, and it's 3-0 Washington. Oh, and if you thought the first 2 games of this series were nightmarish, the fact that Aaron Nola has given up 3 runs in the first inning with Steven Strasburg scheduled to pitch for the Nationals, well, it's going to make this a recurring nightmare.
Not the favorable start you're looking for here. You're just hoping he can limit damage. Keep it at 2, but this ball just elevated. Zimmerman gets enough of it. Punch it up the middle and score Rendon.
Well, the key was too, I mean, for Odubel is to get it to the cutoff man and not sail it over his head and allow Zimmerman to maybe go to second on that. I don't think he had a chance to get him at the plate.
Plus the ball wasn't hit very hard.
No, it wasn't. Matt Wieters, 2 for 4 of the series with an RBI. Pops it up. And J.P. Crawford behind the bag. And puts it away for the final out. 3-run score, though, for the Nationals on 4 base hits. It's an 18-pitch first inning for Aaron. So now the offense will try to go to work and get the runs back when we return. Hey, let's take a look at the Phillies lineup that he will face tonight. It's brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. So Cesar leads it off at second base, then Rhys Hoskins and Nick Williams, and Carlos Santana with his 97 walks this season. He passed Pete Rose yesterday for the most walks by a switch hitter. Now they will face Strasburg, the 30-year-old. Amazing that he's 30 years old. There's Cesar, who was strolling to the plate. Strasburg 7-7 with a 4.04 earned run average. It hasn't been the best of years for him.
Another season riddled with injuries. Still has a good fastball, sit around 95. Very good change in curve, mixing a slider. Very good numbers against the fighting Phils. So the Phils can answer back right here. I'm not saying get all 3 back, but scratch, give me 1, give me 2. I'll take it.
I'll take 7. Yeah.
All right.
Here's Cesar. He shows bunt, takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Not a bad idea to try to bunt for a base hit. Rendon is one of the best third basemen in the league. Arenado is the best. Curveball 0-2. One out here in the bottom of the first inning. Cesar continues what is a career high in strikeouts. And that'll bring Rhys Hoskins up.
Talking about the bottom falling out of the pitch. Good change up there to Cesar.
And Reese takes strike one. Reese, for his career, his short career, is 1 for 7 against Strasburg with a walk. Reese's OPS at .865 for the year. Shatters his bat. It's hit slowly to short. And Trey Turner throws out Hoskins. Wow, you can't even piece that baby together anymore.
No.
Well, maybe you can. And that'll bring Nick Williams up. Let's see if Tim gives it to Angel, the authenticator, or if he just discards it.
That's how Louisville Slugger used to send me my bats.
That's not fair, Ben. That's you're fighting an uphill battle already. Williams with 17 homers and 50 runs batted in, and it's 0-1.
Believe me, when I was in the batter's box, it was an uphill battle.
Breaking ball, did he go? Yes, he did, says Mike Estabrook. Time now for our Nissan upgrade. Upgrade to the technology of tomorrow today. The active leaders in victories against the Phils. Strasburg is #1 with Gio Gonzalez and Bartolo Colon. Little tapper. And it rolls foul. I just looked down. The Mets and the Marlins game is still being delayed after 3 hours plus. As Nick Williams goes down looking on strikes. I don't know why that struck me. I thought it was a final score. 2 strikeouts of the inning for Strasburg. He threw just 12 pitches. Aaron Nola will go back to work when we return in the 2nd inning. come to town. That's right, this weekend. Friday, Saturday are 7:05 first pitches, and then Sundays at 1:35. Go to Phillies.com to purchase your tickets. Wilmer Defoe will lead it off. Defoe 0 for 3 in this series with a walk and a run scored. And he fouls the first pitch away, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Defoe hitting .240 with 7 homers and 38 runs batted in. He played one of the 2 games yesterday, or started one of the 2, and played in both. Curveball, and it's 0-2. The 3 runs that Aaron allowed in tonight's first inning, it's the first time since this past April 27th, when the Phillies faced the Braves, that he allowed 3 earned runs in the first inning. Phillies wound up winning that game 7-3, and those 3 runs were the only runs that he had allowed. Well, let's hope that's the case. I mean, it happens with guys, and it doesn't have to be just power pitchers. It could be any kind of pitcher, where the first inning they just don't get settled in. Curveball goes wide, 2-2.
I've taken guys out of the bullpen thinking this guy's going to throw a no-hitter tonight. In the first inning, he gets hit hard. Other guys coming out of the bullpen like, you better get someone up already, and they go out and deal. And you had guys like Jamie who just would never stop throwing in the bullpen.
Off the hands, and it remains 2-2. His fastball is a tick down tonight. I mean, at least according to the radar. Now, that generally wouldn't be a big deal for Aaron because there's so much movement on his pitches. As long as he can command, as long as he has that movement. Yeah, the 4-seam average is 92.2. Normally, it's over 94. Curveball swung on and missed. That's a nasty pitch. And 1 out here in the second. And Strasburg is coming up.
Here's the one that just has more lateral movement. You can throw the 12-6 from time to time. You also can back foot a lefty like that.
It's almost like a slider.
Yeah.
The way it moves. Strasburg on the year 118. He's 4 for 34. 0-1. One ball and 1 strike. Fastball line down the right field line, foul. And it remains 1-2. Out towards shortstop on 1 hop. J.P. Crawford is up with it. Throw took Santana off the bag lightly. 2 outs. Next Tuesday, it's Authentic Fan Appreciation Night at the ballpark, and fans in our special section will get exclusive swag and VIP surprises, including a chance to sit in the NBC Sports Philadelphia suite. We want you to be here, but if you can, don't worry. We'll be giving away Authentic Fan swag bags on social media during the game. Adam Eaton bounced out to third his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. Curveball, and it's 0-1.
The best part about that giveaway is the personal tour by Greg Murphy. He takes you all around the stadium.
Yeah, because you have to get from that section in the second level all the way across the way over to the third base side to the suite.
That's right.
Where Margie will greet you
with open arms.
Those pitches. Two balls and one strike. Two and two. Swing and a miss. He got it with a fastball. Second strikeout for Nola, and a 1-2-3 second inning. He picked up 2 strikeouts along the way, including this one of Adam Eaton. We played 1.5. We'll head on to the bottom of the second. Phillies trail at 3-0 to the Nets. A 2019 season ticket plan. Now, by placing the deposit, you'll be able to secure your plan and seat location prior to the official on-sale date. For more information, visit Phillies.com/season deposits or call 215-463-5000. Carlos Santana will lead it off. Santana 1 for 7 in the series, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. First base, Ryan Zimmerman backs up on it. 3 unassisted, 4 up, 4 down for Steven Strasburg. Well, before the ball game tonight, there were a bunch of folks that were out in front of the dugout, and they gave Gabe Kapler a bracelet. Now, the bracelet was in memory of Philomena Stendardo, an 8-year-old who passed away at a very young age. She had a brain disorder. And before the ball game, that bracelet that you saw Gabe get he put on his wrist, and that is in honor of the memory of young Philomena, only 8 years old when she passed away. A great athlete. You'll see the number 22 off to the right there. That was her number when she played youth soccer. If you want to find out more about what Philomena's family is doing on her behalf, it's stormtheheavens.org. As Asdrubal Cabrera takes inside, 1 ball, no strikes.
We met with those folks in the EDR, executive dining room, before the game tonight. Greg Murphy and I did.
Yeah, she was diagnosed with what is called DIPG on September 15, 2016 at the age of 7. And just 10 months later passed away. There is no cure for this particular disease. Reading the stories about Philomena, I learned that Neil Armstrong's daughter, who was 2 at the time, passed away from the same disease. 2-0 to Cabrera. Asdrubal 233 with the Phillies with 5 home runs. And he lines that one softly to right. That'll be the first hit of the night for the Phils. And a base runner here in the second. And here's Odubel Herrera, who is 1 for 8 in the series. Three for 20 against Strasburg. Outside, 1-0. Out to left center field. Harper on the run into the alley is there. And we'll reel it in for the second out. Back to first goes Cabrera.
The ball just got in on Odubel just a little bit. Just kind of cut it.
And here comes J.P. Crawford. Crawford hitting 198 here in the big leagues, getting the start today. J.P. has changed his stance since the last time we saw him before he went down to the minor leagues. See where his hands are. It's no longer up high. It's still open. It's his first start at shortstop since the 18th of June against the Cardinals. Three balls and 1 strike. Popped up and out of play, 3-2. Jorge Alfaro is on deck. Runner goes, pitches hit off the end of the bat, diving stop by Defoe, and he'll have no play. Ball kicked off the heel of his glove. That should be a hit for JP. And it puts runners on first and second for Jorge Alfaro.
Ground ball straight away, second base, but where Defoe is shaded, it's right off the heel off Wilmer Defoe, and Crawford safe at first base. JP will take it.
Alfaro with a .258 average, 9 homers and 33 RBIs. 0 for 4 so far in this series. 0-2. Strikes out. 3 pitches and he's set aside. That's the 3rd strikeout for Strasburg. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 men left. Aaron Nola will go back to the mound for the 3rd. Go to the fans section for all the information, and please submit your answer on the subject line. Ben, the question is, who are the last 2 Phillies relievers to have a scoreless streak of 25 or more innings? The last 2 relievers to have a scoreless streak of 25 or more. Answer will be revealed a little later on. That's all you got, huh? I
think I know one.
Well, I'll remind you that you need 2.
Thank you, Tom.
As Trey Turner leads it off here in the top of the 3rd in the 3-0 Nationals lead. First pitch breaking ball a bit high, and it's 1-0. Swing and a miss. Way out in front of that curve, and it's 1-1. Back toward the middle. Nola lets it go over his head. Picked up by Cesar. And nice play. That is not an easy play on the run by Cesar Hernandez.
I thought JP was going to call him off, considering he was going to have a better angle on it. But Cesar able to get to it. Not only get to it, but he gets rid of it quickly and puts a lot on it, knowing that Turner's got some wheels. Nice play.
So 1 out. Here's Bryce Harper. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Well, baseball fans will know this face. Eric Byrnes is with us, former major leaguer. He's on the MLB Network, of course, and he is doing something which is absolutely amazing, I think. You are triathloning across the country. You started in California in San Francisco. You're here in Philadelphia. Tell us quickly how you got here.
Wow, a 7-mile swim across the San Francisco Bay, 2,400-mile bike from Oakland to Chicago. And then so far, I think we're probably about almost 800 miles in on the run, which is 850 from Chicago to New York City. But it's been a wild adventure. Basically, the whole reason why I'm doing this is my wife and I started a foundation called Let Them Play. And it's all about kids and youth activity. 97% of public schools now no longer have everyday physical education. 70% of kids do 0 after-school youth activity programs. Kids are spending 7 hours a day in front of a screen, and obesity rates for children are now triple than what they were when we grew up in the 1980s. So we wanted to do something about it, and after I got done playing baseball, I somehow got into doing this endurance sports, and one thing led to another. It was an Ironman triathlon, and then I was doing ultra marathons, 100-mile races, and at that point, we're like, you know what, why don't we kind of combine the two and do this crazy endurance event across the country, which will help bring awareness to what we're ultimately trying to do, and that's basically just get kids to be active. So far, tonight here, we delivered our 18th grant to youth activity organizations. And to the Phillies, let me tell you something. The Phillies fitness program is the best that we've seen, by far and away. And we went to, I believe it was Parkside School today, and it was just such an awesome experience to get the kids out, get the kids active. And look, this isn't a fat shaming thing. This isn't anything about the kids and like, hey, we like, you know, whatever. It's all about physically what it does to the mind. And as a kid who grew up full-blown ADHD, as you probably can't tell, like without exercise, without PE, without lunchtime, without recess, I was a wreck. And so all of that activity basically allowed me to function. And the thought of us taking that away from children is disturbing.
And obviously you were passionate about it, and it's been an incredible adventure for you. But in addition to doing what you're doing, you talked about it, you're stopping and you're raising awareness, and then going out to these different programs and what you're seeing. Are you getting the sense that that message is being received? How important it is?
Yeah, I do sense it. But look, we've been able to raise some money, and it's not a ton of money. But again, I said 18 grants, right? So the checks have ranged from like $500 to $2,500. Every last dollar that we've been able to raise, we hand it right back out to the kids. And so to see these youth activity organizations like get this and what it means, whether it was a Latino soccer team that we gave it to, so balls and new uniforms, that's the other big issue. Look, travel ball and the way that's going in sports, they cost a lot of money now, right? So if you live in an underprivileged community, what's the easiest thing to do? Give your kid a screen. Oh, he's good for the next 4 or 5 hours, sitting on a screen. Well, you know what? That's not right. We need to give every kid the opportunity to go out and play sports. Omaha, Nebraska, Kyle Peterson set this up, works for ESPN. Like, it was unbelievable. We handed the check out. We did a pickup baseball game. Some field in Omaha, Nebraska. It's a PACE. It's a Police Athletic Commission League, basically, right? They go into gang-ridden communities, load up a bus of children, pull them out, all for free. And they have baseball, they have soccer, they have football, they even have like a CrossFit thing. And that's what we need, because the bureaucracy of things right now is a joke. What's going on in Washington, D.C.? The slashing of the funding, the slashing of the sports programs. Saw something the other day, my buddy sent me an article. 27% of high school sports, I believe, are going to be gone. Sports programs gone by the year 2020.
Scary.
2020. We're not talking 20 years down the road. That's scary.
Yeah. So how can people help?
Let them play foundation.org, and that's it. And again, like, very grateful for everything that we've gotten to this point. Very grateful to you guys. Very grateful to Major League Baseball getting behind this. And we're going to give every last dollar out. And we're making a commitment. This triathlon across the country, whatever. It's been a wild ride. It's been a crazy adventure. When it's done, though, it's not something that we're going to do and then leave. This is something that we're totally committed to. And look, if it's got to go to D.C., it's going to D.C. I'm all in on this, because I'm all in on what I know he does for my children. Colton, wear the Phillies jersey. Show them.
There it is, number 22.
I mean, this is what I would look like as a Philly right here. But there's Peanut up there. But I know even with these kids on this journey, sitting in the van, and then all of a sudden they get out of the van and they get to run around. Now they're normal, right?
Right.
But when they're sitting in the van for too long, I'll tell Tara, like, who's my wife, I'm like, hey, we got to pull over. We got to make sure, whatever. Next stop, just she'll meet me now, basically on the run. It's like every 4 to 6 miles. We got to get out. We got to go. Get them active. Get all your kids active.
Eric, I love your passion. I love what you're doing. Congratulations. Enjoy the time with your family. Good luck when you finish in New York. We're pulling for you, and we're going to be watching you. Eric Byrnes, thank you very much. Guys, back upstairs.
All right, Murph, thank you. Man, he has so much energy. Let them play foundation.org. Aaron Nola, another 1-2-3 inning. We'll move on to the bottom of the third. Phillies baseball is brought to you by the new Wheel of Fortune scratch-off from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. And by Nissan. ShopChooseNissan.com. Aaron Nola leads it off here in the third inning after reaching a milestone in strikeouts to wrap up the top of the third. Nola hitting .055 for the season. No homers, 4 RBIs. Takes a breaking ball, 0-2. That's exactly how he pitched to Strasburg. Up high. Outside, 2-2. And Nola's down looking. That's 4 strikeouts for Strasburg. And one away here in the third. And that'll take us back to the top of the order for Cesar Hernandez. Cesar struck out his last time up. It was the 139th time that Cesar struck out this season, which is a lot for him. He just doesn't generally strike out that much. Strikeout percentage is 22%, whereas walk percentage is just a hair under 14. And he swings at the first pitch and slowly hits it to second base. 4-3 on the putout. In fact, the 139 strikeouts, it's 23 more than his career high, which was 2016, and that was in 155 games. Reese grounded out his first time up. Little tapper foul, 2-2.
Slide step right there.
I think he's a little upset about where that pitch was, or where that pitch was called.
He knows that the exaggerated leg kick of Rhys Hoskins maybe get him his foot in the air, his stride foot.
3 balls and 2 strikes. And Rhys fouls it away. Ooh. Some guy just made the guy in the black Phillies shirt. I thought he hurt himself on that jump / dive for that ball off the upper deck. Where's Byrnesy? Get him down there. Now the foul tip. Hoskins strikes out. That's 5 strikeouts for Strasburg. We are through 3 innings here in Philadelphia. After a 7-pitch at bat, the Phils scoreless as we go to the 4th. And Aaron Nola is able to pick up 4 strikeouts tonight. And with those 4 strikeouts, he reaches 200 strikeouts for the season as he gets Rendon looking. I mean, that's a feat that I guess we expected he could get close to. He just didn't come in with anybody thinking that he was a strikeout pitcher. But it's all part of what his success and his evolution has become. First Philly since 2013 to strike out 200 batters. Only one other Philly since 1912 has struck out 200 at age 25 or younger. You know what that is?
25 or younger.
Country music singer.
Brett Myers?
Yeah. Back in 2005. Brett had a fastball, boy, and that curve. Woof. There's a breaking ball to Soto, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
But after his first couple starts in the big leagues, Aaron Nola, if you would have said he'd strike out 200 in the season, I'd said, nah, I'm not buying it.
I didn't think he needed to.
No.
And I still don't think he needs to. I just think he does.
I think he rely on movement, pitch to contact, and do a ton of ground balls. Boy, he has turned it up a few notches.
There's a fastball, 1-2. Tried another fastball. Changeup. And he got Soto. That's his 5th strikeout.
So he just threw 3 different pitches for strikes in that at bat. How many different things are going through your head as a hitter? You know, it's like, oh, I know he's got enough to get it by me with velocity. Then he drops that curveball in for a strike, and then he goes back to the changeup, which looks like a fastball, but yet I'm way out in front.
Yeah, particularly when all 3 are working. Zimmerman takes to the knees. It's 0-1. Zimmerman singled up the middle and brought home the game's 3rd run. It's side, 1 ball, 1 strike. Tapper. Oh boy, that ball is crushed to deep center field. Odubel's out there. He jumps, and it's into the bushes. He did all he could. A solo home run. The 13th of the year for Zimmerman, and it's 4-0 Nationals.
I couldn't believe there was even a play on this. I thought it was going to be the batter's eye the way it came off the bat. Strong swing. That was a lot closer than I thought.
Oh man, he came really close to pulling that one in. Well, now Matt Wieters, who popped out his first time up. Well, this is a larger hole for the Phils, who have certainly scuffled offensively. Inside. That's how good he's been against the Nationals this year. Change up, looped out to right center field, and that'll drop in for a hit. Don't let subpar office paper stand in your way. Boise Paper delivers quality you can trust. Order today and see for yourself what makes Boise Paper the #1 selling office paper brand in America. Delivered for free right to your desktop by who? Who but W.B. Mason. All right, that's already 6 hits now for the Nationals. The 6 hits that have been allowed are the most since the 5th of August, when the Marlins had 7. Defoe waves at the first one. Ryan Zimmerman certainly has come on since coming back off the disabled list with that oblique injury. Harper's homer tonight. 1 ball and 1 strike to Defoe. Statcast AI gives us a little bit of a different look on Zimmerman's home run, powered by AWS.
402 feet. See dead center, 401. Got enough of it.
Odubel earlier this year pulled one right out of the bushes and tried to do it again.
You know, Aaron's given up the 4 runs here early on in this ball game, and I'm not going to make any excuses for Aaron, nor would Aaron want me to. But you face a team as many times as you have and had that kind of success. I wouldn't say that the Nats were due, but obviously they've changed their approach a little bit against Aaron.
Outside, ball 4. Well, we mentioned he's allowed the 7 home runs over his last 3 starts. Been 6 of the 7 have been solo shots. Bryce Harper's 2-run home run is the only one that's not. Right here's Steven Strasburg. Strasburg, I would think, is up there to bunt. Nope. And he takes a breaking ball, 0-1. Over to second base. That could be 2. Cesar to second for 1. JP to first in time. A 4-6-3 double play. And that gets Aaron out of this 4th inning. He does allow a solo home run. The Nationals leave one. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. 4-0 Washington. And by WB Mason. Who bought WB Mason for fast, free delivery? Nobody does it better. Well, Steven Strasburg's just heading out to the mound. By the time he finishes up his warm-up tosses, I would think that that young lady's ice cream will be complete. It's a warm night. It's melting fast. Phillies trail at 4-0. They'll send Nick Williams, Carlos Santana, and his Drupal Cabrera to the plate. Ben, get up and show her how to do the floss.
She's doing all right.
Yeah. Or maybe she can show you how to do the floss.
This is true.
She just wants a baseball. Juan Soto's not finished warming up with it, though. Oh, really? Yeah, you are. Yeah, you're good. I forgot about that.
Oh, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. So much that you forgot about it.
Yeah.
And didn't ask the production cabinet to bring it up.
I did not ask them to bring it up. My hand did not reach the talkback. I had him out in the open all the time. I was going to ask them to bring Kenny Ayers' floss up.
We wouldn't want to do that to Kenny.
Well,
he is entirely too nice.
He is, and I would want to do it to him. Oh, there's Kenny. You know whose fault this is?
Yours?
No.
Yes?
No, it's the guy on the mound. It's the guy on the mound. He took too long to get out and get warmed up. We had all this downtime to talk about something. And we chose the floss.
Former complaint with number 37.
Yeah, don't tweet us. Tweet Steven Strasburg. 1 ball and no strikes to Williams. And Nick pops it up out to left toward the line. Soto on the run. And 1 away here in the 4th inning. And now Carlos Santana. Santana grounded out his first time up. 3-1 on the put out. There's a liner out to right center field for Santana, and that'll go to the scoreboard, and he'll at least get to second base. And that is his 27th double of the year. And the first extra base hit for the Phillies.
First pitch swinging. You saw Strasburg go with the first pitch breaking ball in Carlos's first at bat. Comes back with the first pitch fastball here. Carlos ready for it.
Inside. Struble takes a strike. And it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes to him. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Out toward left. It's not deep. Soto is there. 2 away here in the 4th inning. And Odubel Herrera is coming up. Phillies down 4-0. Aaron's given up 4 runs so far in 4 innings of work. Ties his season high.
Same demeanor, up 4-0. Same demeanor, down 4-0.
That little fellow, Ben.
Awesome.
Finding his way out in Ashburn Alley.
Tell all his buddies about it tomorrow.
Yep, tell all his buddies about it.
Fellas, you won't believe where I went last night.
In John Travolta's voice. That one's pulled foul over the head of Jose Flores. Whoa. With a little guy in his arm, little guy didn't even feel it. Odubel out to center field. Harper is back, and he's got a beat on it. And that'll retire the side. The Phillies have hit a couple balls hard, at least in this inning, but nothing to show for it. We've closed out 4 innings. That little guy is hoping to close out some crab fries. We'll head to the 5th. First pitch, all tickets purchased through the Theme Nights page will receive a Fanatic mask. Go to Phillies.com/theme nights to order your tickets. By the way, we want to welcome the folks from the University of Pennsylvania. They're in section 241 tonight. Ball's popped way up there. Santana makes the grab. So 1 out, 1 pitch, 1 away. Second time tonight Eaton's been retired on 1 pitch. The kids from UPenn, they're wearing the Phillies shirts. You saw some of them wearing them. They received those tonight when they came to the ballpark. And they're Phillies shirts in the UPenn colors, which obviously are very similar to the Phillies colors, maybe a little darker blue. See the ones with the Phillies across the front and the darker blue. Phillies do a similar thing in the Majestic Clubhouse store. That was part of the ticket program that the Phillies have done with the UPenn for this game. Humpy, that's not the shirt. Oh, it's the graduate school one. I'm sorry. Pardon us.
Excuse me.
So you're not an esteemed colleague of the other kids. They have not advanced to the graduate school of UPenn. Anyway, the Phillies are going to do that moving forward, looking into 2019, and they already do a really cool thing. If you haven't seen it, they have different style hats in the Majestic Clubhouse store, which represent some of the schools in the Philadelphia area. 2 balls and 1 strike. Over to third, Cabrera. And now 2 outs for Bryce Harper.
Depending on what the first 2 hitters do for the Phillies next inning, I don't want to get ahead of myself with Bryce Harper coming up. You have Nola hitting third. This could possibly be his last inning, not?
I mean, maybe.
I mean, if anything, it holds true to what we've seen in the last couple games.
No, you're right. It's just that there's not much going on offensively.
Right.
Over to first.
That's what I'm saying. If the first 2 do get on, maybe.
Well, yeah, that I agree with. You're right. It's a 6-pitch inning, and if let's say they don't, then you just let Noah bat and let him go out and pitch the 6th. I agree with that. 4-0 Nationals. We head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Citizens Bank Minor League Report. Citizens Bank, the official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. Rodolfo Duran has homered in 3 of the 4 playoff games so far this season for the Lehigh Valley, or excuse me, for Lakewood Blue Claws. He led the Blue Claws with 18 regular season home runs. Series, the championship game, the South Atlantic League Championship Series, is tied at 1. Yeah, the Blue Claws and First Energy Park will host Game 3 tomorrow.
That is a lot of home runs at that level. That's a lot of home runs.
I have to say, too, at First Energy Park, if you haven't been there, it's a legitimate home run.
Yeah.
In some minor league parks, not all of them, but some of them are, the ball carries for some reason more, and it's not as deep as some major league parks, but that's a good shot.
And the fact that he's doing it when it counts in the playoffs, 3 out of 4 games.
Field, and that is gone. A home run for J.P. Crawford, his 3rd of the year. And the Phillies are finally on the board. It's a 4-1 ball game.
Well, you get yourself into a good hitter's count, you're going to get something. He's going to challenge you. He doesn't want to walk you up 4-0. It's a really good swing here by J.P. Crawford. What good big league hitters do. They get a good pitch and they don't miss it. More of a center cut fastball. That's a good swing right there. Very quick. Oh, way out of here.
First home run since the 14th of April at Tampa Bay. So the Phillies are finally on the board. Here's Alfaro, who struck out his first time, and he's hit by a pitch, and the ball ricochets and hits Wieters. Or he's been hit a lot recently. Wieters waves off the athletic trainer. I think it also got Hunter Wendelstedt. Oh yeah, it did.
Wieters got that in his neck. Is this in his neck? No, side of the helmet.
His head.
Not that for a ricochet.
Well, that's it for Aaronola. Justin Bohr is going to pinch hit. So this bullpen, which was really used yesterday, is going to get some work again today. Thought maybe we'd see Jared Eichhoff, but it's Yaxel and Austin Davis as Bohr takes a strike. It's 0-1. Bohr 8 for 24 with 2 home runs against Strasburg. Jared talking to Drew Anderson. Yaxel warming up in the pen. And Austin Davis has done such a good job this year. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bohr. And Bohr is out on a changeup. So 1 out here in the 5th, and Cesar is due up. That is 6 strikeouts for Strasburg.
Back to that changeup. Bohr way out in front.
Oh, and 1 to Cesar. Cesar's down looking, so back-to-back strikeouts. Yeah, there are 2 outs.
Back to a breaking ball. Ball's off the plate. Take a look at our pitch cast brought to you by PJ Wheelhands. Few sliders we've seen out of Strasburg tonight.
Yeah, more curves than sliders.
Yeah, and changeups.
Popped up. Wieters off of the mask. Back toward the screen. And the inning is over. The Phillies did get a run on the home run by J.P. Crawford. But that's it. We'll go to the 6th inning. Nationals up 4-1. into a Phil's uniform for the first time August 15th, but his contributions thus far have paid off. Matt Klentak acquired the 31-year-old All-Star Wilson Ramos to add much-needed offense to the Phil's lineup, and that he has done. In his first 14 games with the Phil's, Wilson batted .362 with 8 extra base hits and 9 runs batted in. His bat and contributions have been a major plus, and it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. There's Wilson Ramos, who is not playing tonight. Will play on Friday when the Phillies entertain the Miami Marlins. Marlins are still up in New York. That game has not begun. It is scheduled to start at 4:10. And they are in a 4-hour and right now 35-minute rain delay.
That's a lot of card games.
Yaxel Rios will take over for Aaron Nola. And Anthony Rendon, who has doubled and scored and struck out looking, leads it off here in the top of the 6th inning. Tonight's outing for Nola is shortest since the 24th of July. Gabe was rolling the dice that maybe there would be a big inning. Two balls, no strikes. To the right side, Cesar will get to it, and Rendon will be thrown out. And Gabe is heading out, and they'll bring in the lefty to face Juan Soto. So Yaxel Rios retires the one hitter that he faces. We've got a pitching change as Austin Davis is coming on in. Up against Austin Davis. This is from Dave Martinez on his young hitter. He's very talented. I've never seen a 19-year-old swing and be that patient at the plate. He really concentrates on hitting strikes. He works counts. He's really good. He's 19, but he plays the game like he's been in this league for a long time, and we don't see him that often, thankfully. And that is so true. I mean, he is a special hitter. 0 for 2 tonight.
His approach really is something. I mean, I could agree more with Dave Martinez. It's just he knows his strengths and his weaknesses.
First pitch is in there. It's 0-1.
And for a younger kid to have, and he is a kid, to have this much success and not try and do anything more, you know, he's staying within himself. He's not saying, well, I hit 2 home runs today, I'm going to hit 3 tomorrow.
One and 2. He may have gone around on that anyway. Oh man, did he turn on that inside pitch or what? Wow, that is a second deck solo home run. He's now matched his age in home runs.
Especially after getting fooled on a slider the pitch before. You think he's got to be looking for that slider. For him to react on a fastball in like that, some kind of bat speed.
How about how fast he got the bat through?
About how long he stood at home plate and watched it.
I was watching it land. I didn't see how long he stood. No, he did stand a while. What do you say?
Bat's flying through the zone.
Now Zimmerman. Zimmerman is 2 for 2. He's got a couple of RBIs.
I just don't know how you react. So this is the pitch before, the slider down and away.
It's a good pitch.
You're thinking, all right, he's got to go back to it. And then he turns on this ball in.
Woof.
Trajectory on his home runs are majestic. .33 degrees on the launch angle.
2 balls and no strikes to Ryan Zimmerman.
And Kevin Long, their hitting coach, enjoyed that one.
J.P. Crawford throws out Ryan Zimmerman. 2 outs. What do you think Kevin's talked to him about? You think he's asking if after that slider, you think he's asking questions about the at-bat, about the pitches that were thrown previously?
Could be something they worked on. Maybe they worked on pitches fast, getting the fastballs inside corner today. Maybe he said, that's exactly what we worked on. That's exactly what you did in that at-bat. Just went back and looked at it on MLB.com. That ball's off the plate.
It may not
inside.
have even been a strike. That's right.
It's not even like a ball or two off the inside corner.
Oh, wow.
That's on the white chalk. My goodness.
Yeah, now he does open up and is off the plate a little bit, but it would not have been called a strike.
No chance. And how do you explain his plate coverage that he hits the balls out to left field?
Tough carom. Well, Wieters staying alive, fouling one after another off. Check swing, 3-2.
Very fortunate to play big league level for a few years, and how easy he's making this game look. It's just not that easy.
What, at his young age?
At his young age.
Swing and a miss, little changeup. And that'll wrap up this 6th inning. But the Nationals do add another run on Juan Soto's 3rd home run of the series. Steven Strasburg has a 4-run lead again when we come back. SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today, and by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Those young guys were going hunting for baseball. They didn't get it. Got a chance to enjoy a night with Pop, getting a chance to see Juan Soto. Unfortunately, hit his 3rd home run. Zimmerman's homered tonight. Harper's homered. And now Nick Williams will lead it off against Strasburg. Phillies have 1 run on 4 hits in tonight's game. At a breaking ball, and it's 0-1. Oh, 2. Popped up foul. There remains 1-2. It'll be Nick Williams, Carlos Santana, and Asdrubal Cabrera for the Phillies. Their starter Aaron Nola was lifted after 5. As the Phillies are trying to generate a little offense with a pinch hitter. And Nick Williams strikes out. That's number 8 for Steven Strasburg. MLB.TV is down to $25.99. That's right, Ben. You can watch the rest of the regular season, all the pennant races and everything going on, and then maybe carry it over to the postseason. It's a free subscription to MLB At Bat Premium, and blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV to take advantage of this limited time offer. Carlos Santana doubled his last time. He's 1 for 2. That double is 27th of the year. He has 20 extra base hits since the All-Star break, which is second only to Rhys Hoskins. In the dirt. Changeup 1 and 2. Well, it's been a good changeup, at least in this inning. It's been really good. Santana's matched his home run total from last year. He's exceeded his RBI total from a year ago. Oh, man, that is a mile up in the air. Wieters will put it away.
The second one tonight, way up there. Rhys had one last inning.
And his Drupal Cabrera is coming up. Struble singled back in the second. Phillies 4 hits tonight. 2 are extra base hits.
You know, Tom, you talked about that good changeup that Strasburg is featuring tonight. The speed is good. It's 86 to 88, but the movement, that's what really has these guys baffled.
Yeah, it's not power, power, power.
I honestly don't remember him throwing consecutive fastballs either. He's using them all.
Struble out to center field, and Harper going back to put it away. Phillies go down 1-2-3 in their half of the 6th inning. And we will move to the 7th. It's 5-1 Nationals. Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda dealers game summary. The Phillies trail at 5-1 as we go to the top of the 7th inning. Homers by Harper, Zimmerman, and Soto. Soto's went into the second deck. Harper's went into the Phillies bullpen, and Zimmerman's went into the bushes. And Wilmer Defoe will take a strike. Defoe is 0 for 1 with a walk. A liner out to center field, and Odubel's there. Time now for the Ram Truck Stump the Fans Trivia Quiz answer. All right, Ben, here we go. Who are the last two Phillies relievers to have a scoreless streak of 25 or more?
I'm going to go with a current one.
Okay.
And a prior one. I'm going to go with Brad Lidge and Hector Neris.
Brad Lidge and Hector Neris are incorrect. But I will tell you that the first one, Brad, this pitcher pitched with Brad.
Pitcher pitched with Brad.
Yeah. Same bullpen as Brad in the Phillies, with the Phillies, but with a different arm.
Ryan Madsen?
With a different arm.
Oh, a lefty, you mean?
Yes. You want to phone a friend?
J.C. Romero?
J.C. Romero is correct.
Wow. I would have never guessed that one.
Nice grab by that guy right there. That guy has something in common with the other answer. Yeah. That gentleman right there that caught that ball has something in common with the other answer.
They both like Hawaiian shirts?
No, they don't both. Well, no, they don't both like Hawaiian shirts. He does, but they both have that kind of style.
Is one currently pitching?
He's not.
Papelbon.
I don't know what he's currently doing.
Jonathan Papelbon.
No, Jonathan Papelbon didn't have that kind of shirt style.
J.C. Romero. Yeah, I.
Here it comes. Ready?
Larry Anderson.
Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. Hi, Larry. The Reverend Larry Anderson.
I wouldn't have guessed that one either.
Really? You do not think that Larry was capable to do that? That is a fair ball. And it's going to go right between the wall and the chair. And Eaton will walk into second base. Boy, he's destined to swing at every first pitch, isn't he?
Sure is. So Larry did that back in '84. Digging production cavities, digging deep for those.
1984.
De Los Santos is getting loose.
Play by J.P. Crawford coming in on the run. That is a glimpse of what J.P. is capable of doing. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. It is time to stretch. Phillies down 5-1. All right, Ben Cesar earlier in this game. This is a heck of a play with Trey Turner running.
It sure was. He attacks it, gets it the transfer quickly, and has to put something on it with Turner's speed. Transfer right on the money to Carlos Santana. That is your Hyundai defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of really good plays by the middle infielder. Cesar on that one, J.P. Crawford on the last one. Every shortstop has to be able to perfect that play, the one running in and throwing on the run, and both were with Turner running. Here's Odubel, who flied out to center his first 2 times up. And he takes outside from Steven Strasburg. No bullpen action for the Nationals. It's only 82 pitches for Strasburg.
That's ball Odubel hit the center right on the screws, but right at Bryce Harper.
Odubel's average is down to 258. His on-base percentage is down to 314. I don't think I saw that coming. Two and one. He has so much ability. And this has been a prolonged, almost 3.5 month slump for Herrera.
We've talked about, his hand-eye coordination, and it is spectacular. You almost wonder if all the working, moving parts starting to catch up to him a little bit. Guys starting to figure him out a little bit more, because there are a lot of moving parts.
2-2. So on the 17th of May, and I don't think I'm saying anything that everybody doesn't know. 17th of May, 361 with a 431 on base percentage and an OPS of 989. Since that time, as he fouls it back, since that time, he's hitting .218 with a .266 on base percentage and a OPS of 647. .218, .266 on base percentage.
Wow. 218.
out to right field. Eaton's on the run and dives and makes the catch. That's the way things are going. A little floater.
Good closing speed by Eaton there. Wasn't the most efficient route, but he ends up getting there. He sticks the landing. Seems like after that streak ended on May the 20th, the on-base streak,
Yep,
it just seems like things kind of started to go downhill for Odubel.
Well, the interesting thing is that he had the on-base streak stop, and then he hit in 4 straight. But since that time, up until that time, he had 56 hits, and that's in, you know, the length of that streak. Since that time, in 91 games, he has 77 hits. I mean, it's just, and the Phillies, and it's not just Odubel. I'm not saying this. It's just that he was off to such a special start, and he's got so much ability. You think about how close he came to reeling that home run in the bushes.
Yeah.
He's got so much athleticism.
But it's been a landslide.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
well, and it's going to be a challenge for him this offseason. Crawford takes low, 3-1. Strasburg wanted to know where that pitch was. Little floater out towards shallow center field. That's a tough play, and Turner can't make it. And J.P. Crawford has his 3rd hit. On the latest Crutcast, John talks with Phillies legend Jimmy Rollins about the highlights of Jimmy's career and how the Philadelphia fans truly made a difference during the 08 World Series run. Listen to the Crutcast on NBCSportsPhiladelphia.com or wherever you get your podcasts. Well, Alfaro was hit by the pitches last time up. He'll be pinch hit for here by Knapp. As J.P. Crawford picks up a career-high 3rd hit in this ball game.
Crawford's gone from 198 to 222. It's 3 knocks tonight. That'll make you feel good.
Yes, it would.
Especially off someone like Strasburg. I mean,
One ball and 1 strike to Knapp.
I don't think Strasburg is throwing a fastball on a 1-0 count tonight. Everything's been a curveball or changeup. Everything.
%42 of the time he's throwing a 4-seamer, so 46% of the time a fastball. Knapp serves that one to left. Soto a few steps from the track. 2 outs, and Dylan Cousins will pinch hit. Austin Davis 1 2/3 tonight. 2 hits, a run, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. Cousins 0 for 15. 0 for his last 15, I should say, in the big leagues. Here's Austin.
Walking out with Dylan last night out to our trucks, and he said, "What did they say about that slide?" I said, "Well, they said you're kind of out of the baseline," and so I thought it was within arm's reach. I said, "Well, so did I." I said, "That's no longer the rule." I said, "'Cause we saw your left hand get back on the bag." I said, "But I think what put you over the top is when you kind of reached out and grabbed Turner's left foot."
I don't even think he did it intentionally.
No,
that part.
neither do I. I said, honestly, they have there's zero fear factor now for these middle infielders on turning a double play. I said, it's not good for the game. He goes, I think you should be able to make them move their feet a little bit. I said, well, if I saw you coming at me, I'd move my feet.
3-1, taking all the way. I think the other part of it, and we talked about it last night, is that the play had nothing to do with the outcome. Truly.
Right.
Because Mark Reynolds dropped the throw. If he had caught the throw, which was right there, it would have been double play anyway.
Right.
That's where I think Major League Baseball has to use more judgment, or allow the umpires to use their judgment. 3-2. He's at 100 pitches. It's a good ball strike ratio. Runner goes. Pitch is a strike 3 called. And Cousins down looking. Phillies get a base runner. We've played 7. We'll go to the 8th. It's 5-1. Nationals on top. A turning point, and we go back to Bryce Harper's at bat in the first.
His first pitch curveball, heater in, and then a changeup. 87 miles per hour. Dead center field into the Phillies bullpen. That put the Nats up 2-0 at the time. That was your Toyota turning point. They haven't looked back since.
Yeah, they have 3 home runs in tonight's ball game. And now as we go to the top of the 8th inning, Phillies will bring in one of the youngsters, Eniel De Los Santos, the young man they acquired in the trade for Freddie Galvis. De Los Santos, those are his numbers in the big leagues. Andrew Knapp stays in the ball game to do some catching after pitch hitting for Alfaro. Poiret's okay. Bryce Harper leaves it off and takes a fastball, and it's 0-1. 6 from De Los Santos.
Dakota Glover getting loose.
Plate umpire flinched on that one. De Los Santos, 22 years old. He turned 22 on the 10th of July. Finished 10-5 with an ERA of 2.63 down in AAA.
Play.
That was a really nice grab right there. Two-handed one. Said, yeah, I'm fine. Brewers representing tonight.
That's right. Just a couple games back.
Brewers lead the Cubs 2-0 in the 4th inning. Cubs won yesterday. Central standings look like that. St. Louis has won 3 straight again. Got a little giddy up at his fastball tonight. 96. Usually when we saw him earlier this year, 93, 94. Might have touched 95. Over to first, and Carlos Santana will bring it to the bag. Phillies baseball is brought to you by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer. Visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And by Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEFF now or visit jeffersonhealth.org. Anthony Rendon is 1 for 3. This is our final time seeing the Nationals. Nationals will win the season series. They've won 10 of the 18 so far. I mentioned coming in that these games have been fairly even, or the series itself has been fairly even. I don't know about the this series here.
I don't know about you, T-Mac. I would love to see the schedule tweaked a little bit where they play so many games against a certain opponent. Early on in the year, it was the Braves.
Right, we haven't seen the Braves in quite some time.
We hardly ever saw the Nats. Now we're seeing the Nats. It's, you know, it just seems like it's so clustered together.
I would agree with that.
And I know you have to play the teams in your division a certain amount of times. I get that. But it just seems like there's got to be a way we can spread it out a little bit more.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing some of the other teams in the National League more than twice. Even if it's a rotation, seeing some teams 3 times instead of twice.
Right.
And then cutting back maybe a series against your division. I mean, those games are ultimately in the important ones, the games within your division. I mean, look what the Braves have done within the National League East. They've dominated. There's a line drive base hit for Rendon. That one's going to scoot to the wall. And Rendon will have another extra base hit. He'll be his 2nd of the night. Speaking of extra base hits, T-Mobile built for baseball.
How he's able to clear his hips and get his hands through on that fastball inside corner. Go upper tank with it.
410 feet.
Very promising young player.
Pulled over to first base. Santana will take it and toss it to De Los Santos covering. 3-1 on the putout. Yeah, see, look at this is what we're talking about. I mean, the Braves 42-21 against the East this year. They handled the Mets and the Marlins. Phillies didn't handle the Mets and the Marlins, but as we said, they haven't handled the Nationals either. Nationals 3 games over 500.
Breaking ball there. It's a different animal for De Los Santos coming out of the pen. You can cut it loose a little bit more.
Well, that's true. I never really thought about that he can just fire. Carlos knocks it down. It rolls off his thigh. He throws to first.
Nice.
In time. Very nice recovery. Zimmerman wasn't moving all that well up the line, but still, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. Well, you got to hang with them, and Carlos Santana certainly did that. The ball spun right on out of his glove, and he makes an excellent throw to De Los Santos, who's there to record the out. Hoskins and Scott Kingery, along with the Bull, Greg Luzinski, Scott Palmer, and the Philly Fanatic on a Phillies vacations trip to paradise. January 8th through the 13th. It's an unforgettable 5-night vacation to the Bahamas. The trip includes luxury accommodations at the Sandals Royal Bahamian Spa Resort, gourmet meals, unlimited food, and premium spirits. Space is limited and it's moving fast. So go to Phillies.com/Phillies Vacations for more info. Here is Coda Glover take over for Strasburg. Strasburg won 7 innings, 5 hits, and 1 run.
No walks.
No walks. He did hit Alfaro, but that's it. And then 9 strikeouts. So facing the top of the order. Phillies down 4, 5-1. Phillies have 5 hits tonight. J.P. Crawford has 3 of the 5. One ball and 1 strike. Oh, Murph. Get the uniform dirty, Murphy. Last time you were wearing the lime green.
That's a good point. I could have gotten this one dirty.
Leave it all out on the line.
I think I popped my shoulder out of its socket.
Oh, you got to dive on that one.
No gator arm it.
No gator there.
Hey, Murph, I had a question for you.
Yeah.
When you were doing that interview with Eric Byrnes, how come you didn't describe to Eric your feats of bicycling?
Well,
you did tell him, didn't you?
Because
you did tell him.
No, I didn't tell him. Because he rode 2,500 miles across the country.
You rode 25.
And I rode 65.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't really add up.
Out to left field. Boy, Soto was playing really shallow.
Sure was. I just thought maybe you could, share some stories and for one biker to another.
Was he asking about Ben at all?
No, we did talk about that, but nothing good, so I won't repeat it.
Thanks, buddy.
How about if I share these stories? It's the Major League Notebook, brought to you by the University of Maryland, University College. And pretty cool milestone for Mariners' Nelson Cruz. 5th inning today versus the Padres. He launches one into the upper deck at Safeco Field. RBI number 1,000 in his career. He is the 11th active player to get to it and the 3rd Mariner to get to 1,000 RBI. So congratulations to him. How about Blake Snell, what he is doing down there in Tampa for the Rays? He today was terrific. He's making a case for the AL Cy Young. He had a no-hitter through 6. He allowed 1 run, 1 hit. It was a solo home run through 7 innings tonight. Got the win, his 19th win so far this year. And what about the Rays? 9-2 in September, and they're making a little bit of a run. Now, they're still 8 games out of a wild card, but they're 9-2 in September, so if they continue to play that well, they're going to put some pressure on those wild card teams in the American League.
Sure are. The thing about Snell, because I think a lot of people have handed the Cy Young to either Verlander or to Chris Sale. I mean, Snell has everything. He's got strikeouts, he's got wins, he's got whip, he's got ERA, 2nd in the American League in ERA.
His fastball command has come a long way.
Yeah, it has.
And that sets up that dirty slider and the curveball.
Two balls, 2 strikes to Hoskins. And Reeves pulls one deep down the left field line and foul. Is that a baby? Right place, right time.
Hey guys, how about an addendum to the Major League Notebook?
I like when you do an
Yeah,
addendum.
because you were talking about what's happening up there in New York.
Yeah.
So the Mets and the Marlins are supposed to play a doubleheader today. They've been getting rain. So the first game is scheduled now, we are told, to start at 9:45 tonight. But that probably means that they're not going to be able to play game 2 tonight. Nothing official yet. So that would probably mean they have to do a doubleheader tomorrow up there in New York.
They've been trying.
Weather permitting.
They've been trying.
Yeah, it's unbelievable for the Mets and Marlins. So, you know, weather has been an issue this Major League Baseball season.
Weather has been an issue.
It really has. From the spring, it was not a good spring.
I enjoyed myself.
I mean, here, Tom.
Oh, okay.
Weather just was not cooperating. You know, everything around the house has been growing out of control, like the Amazon.
Like my hair?
Like your hair.
Yeah. There's ball 4. Hoskins draws a walk. That is a long at bat. Phillies have a base runner, and that brings Jose Bautista up to pinch it for Nick Williams. By the way, another addendum to the Major League Notebook. My apologies, Murph. Is that Jake Odorizzi has a no-hitter for the Minnesota Twins against the Yankees. It's in the 6th inning. Keep an eye on it. Here's Bautista last night.
That is one hanging slider, and that is one pretty swing. You mentioned last night, T-Mac, first player to homer with 3 different teams within his division. And if you wonder why Nick Williams was lifted, Cody Glover has reverse splits.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning righties hit a lot better at a 241 clip as opposed to lefties hitting 133.
And the idea there is the changeup. Do you think that it comes back over the plate a little bit more?
Or it eliminates it. Some righties will not.
Yeah.
Some righties will not throw righty on right changeups.
Two and two. If Sharpwood is short, they get 1. That's all they'll get. I don't think Defoe really had a grip on that baseball. Fielder's choice. Talking about bad weather this spring. April 3rd in New York. Oh yeah, that's right. That's why we didn't play.
I wouldn't say that's bad.
No, that's bad.
That is something.
That was on our way to the park. I think we got there and we're like, they hadn't called it yet, right? Wasn't that?
I wasn't there. I wasn't on the trip.
Oh, and 1. It did get nicer as the day went on, but there was still some snow there. No balls, 2 strikes to Santana.
She refuses to cross that white line.
She's very superstitious. All right, another chance.
Redemption. All right.
The girl. Nice. Excellent technique. Fly ball left field. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits. And 1 man left for the Phils. We move on to the 9th inning, the final inning against the Nationals. We'll be back after this. Jose Bautista stays in the ball game to play right field. Every time a Phillies pitcher records a pitch of 95 miles per hour or more, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. Matt Wieters leads it off against Daniel De Los Santos. One ball and 1 strike. Fly ball left field. And Rhys Hoskins will wander under it and put it away. And one out here in the 9th inning. And Wilmer Defoe is coming up. Defoe is 0 for 2. He has struck out, he's walked, and he's flied to center field. Braves have already won today. Their magic number after that win was 11. So with the Phillies lost tonight, it'll be down to 10. And Defoe has to dance out of the way of that pitch. 1 ball and no strikes. One. Well, he has got a nice fastball in these 2 innings, doesn't he?
Sure does. Missing a couple good changeups as well. Good curveball earlier last inning.
I wonder what his role would be in 2019 if he's going to get a chance to battle for a rotation spot as Defoe goes down looking.
Keeps dotting fastballs like this.
Yeah, he certainly has enough fastball. It's the secondary pitches that he and he really tightened them up this year. I think when the Phillies traded Freddie Galvis, there were a lot of disappointed people because Freddie was such such a whiz at shortstop. But you understood it. Phillies had J.P. Crawford waiting in the wings, and then Scott Kingery emerged. But when they got De Los Santos, you wondered, well, is that enough for Freddie Galvis? As it turns out, you can never have enough pitching. But I think he's evolved even more than people thought.
Yes.
One ball and no strikes to Stevenson, pinch hitting. And it's 1-1.
Obviously, you're going to have that adrenaline rush getting back to the big leagues. Again, out of the bullpen. You don't have to leave a whole lot in the tank. Just go ahead and empty it out. And it's coming out of his hand nicely right now.
Tied him up. 94 on that one. Well, the Red Sox have reached 100 wins as they defeated Toronto 1-0. First time with 100 wins since 1946. And now the next record is to eclipse the franchise mark in wins, which when we played them earlier on this year, they were on pace to obliterate it. And they're still on pace to beat it. Outside.
He just had a guy that almost took out the entire dugout down the third base line. And then you go and throw him a changeup.
Murph, you got an addendum to the Major League Notebook?
Well, a final update on what's happening up there in New York. So they did start game 1. They're in the first inning, but they are not going to be able to play game 2 as we suspected. Doubleheader tomorrow for the Mets and the Marlins. First game at 3 p.m.
Okay.
So, sleep fast, boys.
Yeah.
Is that the most addendums we've had?
I think so. Well, I mean, the fact that we added one.
We had the extra inning game we had. We kept
that's
adding.
right. Yeah.
We could just add an appendix at this point.
Yeah. I feel bad because I think the Red Sox winning 100 games could have possibly been an addendum.
You really could have, Tom.
I apologize, Murph.
Accepted.
On the outside corner, strike 3 called. A liberal strike zone is given the Phils A 1-2-3 top of the 9th inning. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Phillies, down 4.
First inning, a 1-1 changeup to Bryce Harper. He knocks it into the Phillies bullpen to make it 2-0. And then the 4th inning, Zimmerman dead center, just out of the reach of Odubel Herrera. Estimated travel 402 feet. And then the 6th inning, how Soto gets this and drives it as far as he does is truly remarkable. Upper tank. There are your W.B. Mason deliveries of the game.
Well, Asdrubal Cabrera will lead off the bottom of the 9th inning. Wander Suaro is coming on. Phillies wind up losing this ball game, and they're down by 4 as we go to the bottom of the 9th. They would be 7.5 games out behind the Atlanta Braves. They would need a 2007 comeback in order to get to the postseason at this point. Oh, and 1. Just as we said before, though, going into Friday's game, I don't even think you can look at that. I think you got to just win the ball game. Phillies have lost 4 straight, but it's even more than that.
The series losses.
Series losses, but also 11-23 in their last 34 games coming into tonight. The loss here would be 11-24. That is 13 games under 500. Phillies were 15 games over 500 at one point. Asdrubal hits it in the air to right center field. It'll be playable for Bryce Harper. And 1 away. After the ball game, it's Cure Auto Insurance presents Phillies postgame live. Michael Barquette, Ricky Vitalico, and Corey Seidman are standing by. The guys have a lot to talk about when discussing the lack of Phillies offense again. Rough outing for Nola, hurt by the home runs tonight, and also the outing by Strasburg. You can't forget about that. The guy was really good. I don't know if that's a result of the Phillies offense lacking and struggling, or if he was just really that good. I mean, he's a good pitcher.
Seems like we've been saying that a lot lately, though.
I do, after watching last night's game, or I'm sorry, game 1 this morning, I do agree with you. It does seem like we say that a lot, because we said it about Eric Fetty. And no offense to Eric Fetty, who was a first-round pick the same year that Aaron Nola was. But the Phillies made him look like Aaron Nola.
Get back to the Cubs series a couple weeks ago. I mean, Hendricks looked like Tom Glavine out there, and then Lester the following day was just pinpoint.
Back toward the box, Suaro has it. 1-3 on the putout, 2 outs. And J.P. Crawford is the last hope for the Phils. Phillies will finish 8-11 against the Nationals. J.P. Crawford fouls this one into his groin.
Infielder, you would assume he wears a cup.
On the outside corner, and the ball game is over. And this homestand, which started out with a little bit of promise, has finished up the first leg of it with very little promise for the 2018 season. The Nationals have swept out the Phillies. They finish up with an 11-8 record against the Phillies in 2018 as they win it tonight 5-1. Well, our Chevrolet player of the game, we could pinpoint one of the offensive guys, but Strasburg was really good tonight. 7 innings, 5 hits, and 1 run.
He really was. He had the fastball command going, and he was just really dominant. Good changeups. Was able to throw his breaking ball behind in counts. I think that's what really set him apart tonight. Able to backdoor that.